Hello everyone and welcome back to a Jollymun Podcast. Fantastic day. Thank God we're all here. We're all what's it called, bent around our phones listening to the Jollymun Podcast. We need the ray of sunshine between just this downpour of negativity at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm here to deliver. We've got a lovely little session here. Me talking into a magic stick, a little metal ball, which translates my wisdom into understanding. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Basically, I speak and you listen if you feel like it, or you exit the tab now. We've got some great conversation going on this week on the Jollymun Podcast. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I were to say that at the moment people are being quite frantic. You know, that would be a calm and accurate representation of how people are feeling. For example, yesterday I was in Tesco's. I was coming back from the library. I've been doing a lot of schoolwork recently, revised for a PE exam for 3 hours straight, taking notes. What is this theory of learning? What is this psychological factor in a sporting context? Anyway, I'd done all that, and then I went to Tesco's on the way back, and I was just laughing. I was laughing all over the place. I was actually laughing out loud to myself quietly, because, you know, there's nothing on the shelves, and it was just really funny just to watch people. They were all queuing up everywhere. The cereal boxes overflowing out of their trolleys. These people are destined to digest fucking Rice Krispies for the next month, by the looks of things. You know, they're gonna fucking jump up the stairs and it's gonna snap, crackle, pop. That's how much cereal they've got in them. And yeah, it was just fucking hilarious because I there was this little moment that I had. It was just beautiful. I think I just really caught a snapshot of just huge, like 21st century people. I caught it. I saw it and I laughed. So I was at the top of each aisle in Tesco's. There's a T-junction. I think we can know that, just basics. You know, there's main. It's like a ladder. That's what Tesco's is like. You have the two parallel lines going down the side, and then you have short aisles. Come on, basic. And I was at the top of this T-junction, and there was a man standing with his bag of shopping. I'm sure he had probably some walnuts, dried nuts, some dehydrated milk. You know, all these kinds of things which are necessary when you've got a cold, right? Then so this woman was there, and he was blocking my way, and I was standing there, and then she walked up behind him, and she got stuck behind him as well. So imagine that I'm trying to get out, and he's in the way, and she got stuck behind him. He was wearing earphones, she was wearing earphones, I wasn't wearing earphones. I'd gone into Tesco's on my way back from the library for the pure entertainment and to observe humans. And so she walked up behind him, she was in his way, and she saw that I was being blocked by him, and she walked up and just said sorry. But it wasn't to anyone. It was just autonomous. She had her earphones in, she wasn't in the environment, but she just felt like he was doing something wrong that blocked her, but then he was like blocking me because she subsequently was doing the same thing as him. And she just said sorry. Like, it was literally just there was a man in her brain, there was just like this creature in her brain which just smacked the button that said sorry, you know, like a soundboard. She just said sorry. There was it wasn't at anyone. It was just an knee-jerk reaction to a situation of unnecessary, like, people were stuck. She just said sorry. I can't get this across, but just imagine, you'll see it a lot. Something could happen, it could be not your fault, and they just say sorry. It's like they're just hardwired to seem like they're the problem. I don't know what I'm talking about over here. But it's all quite amusing. I hope schools don't shut down, because I've got work to be doing. You know, like, oh my god, if exams get sent to September like they're saying, I can assure you, AQA better tempt me pretty damn well to get me to do those exams. That's what I say. AQA better have a trick up their sleeve to make me sit down and write down physics for 6 hours. They better tempt me. I don't know, what could they tempt me with? I don't know. Friendship. I need friends. Maybe they could tempt me with podcast listeners, and they promise people listen to my podcast and all these things. Munya Chihuahua makes amazing. There's this Instagram sketch artist called Munya Chihuahua who is incredible, absolutely incredible. And he was talking about how now, because all the basics, all the rudimentary food products like pasta, rice, salt and pepper, all rinsed out in Tesco's and things, the British public, the joke works better when you consider white people, are being forced into foreign food aisles. And it's really amusing. He makes some good stuff, and kind of inspired me a little bit, because I was thinking about, as someone who's been brought up on Caucasian cuisine. Simply put, I've been brought up on Caucasian cuisine. Okay, I roast my chickens, olive oil, salt, not even pepper actually, and I like it. I've enjoyed it. I've eaten many a chicken in my time. I've shared many a chicken with many people. And when I go to a school, it's very multicultural, and people say, "Oh my god, like what the fuck? You just eat salt with your chicken?" And I say, yeah, there's a nice flavour. It brings out the moisture in the chicken. It really does. It works quite nicely. I'm not here to offend. I appreciate people of other cultures enjoy seasoning. And they go, no. You don't understand. The seasoning. It's just amazing, you guys are so weird, and what if I actually don't understand? What if, as a white male, I do not have the capability, foresight, and understanding to comprehend seasoning? What if seasoning is like the fourth dimension to a white person, right? Like, if someone goes, nah, we just really can't understand the fourth dimension. It's just beyond us. Maybe that's how I am with seasoning. I just don't. You could put me with seasoning and I wouldn't know it. It wouldn't. My taste buds, my senses aren't prepared for seasoning, for the fourth dimension. But although it may seem quite like something that might make me a bit distraught, that I'll never know about seasoning, but at the same time, I have no ability to comprehend it. So how could I be distraught? And how could I be sad that I don't know about seasoning? Because it doesn't really exist to me, because I can't interact with it. It's like, food teaches us a lot of things. For example, I think a lot of I think there's a real importance in having a bit of a difficult time and having to go through a little bit of a struggle, and I think that produces the best, the most effective version of you. And this is the same way as when we make roast potatoes. Everybody knows that if you want to make the best roast potatoes, you have to boil the potatoes and then ruffle them up. You have to make that potato less appetizing in the short term, seem less perfect, and have a bit more difficulty, have it a little bit confused. Why am I getting ruffled about? I don't want to be ruffled about. I'm just a simple potato, and I've been boiled against my will, but in the long run that potato becomes extra crispy, and that potato bursts with the delicious goose fat that it's been roasted in, and the smile spread around the dinner table due to that roast potato being extra crusty due to its slight issue with ruffling up in its past. So people, don't be scared of adversity, and keep those potatoes ruffled, baby. Okay, now we've got some of the emotional content out of the way, we can continue on with just a little light-hearted conversation. I tried to write a poem yesterday. I'll tell you about my poem. So my poem was about trees, and how all trees are grown from the ground. All wood leaves the ground the same. However, some wood becomes paper, and almost all wood becomes building material. It's used to build other things greater than itself. Some is used to make paper. Some made this desk. It's very cheap wood. This desk, and my flooring is wooden. My doors are wooden. My foundation to my house is wooden. Even my blinds are wooden. And actually, this wood is used for other things benefits, when actually very few trees actually grow up just to be trees, just to grow leaves to flow in the breeze, just to grow leaves to allow a young man to breathe, you know. And I think there's a value in just living and just existing for the just for the sake of growing to your limits, and just growing in the way that you would have been had you not been forced into certain areas, had to be cut down so you fit into certain academic thresholds or whatever it is. So I think there's a great value in looking at trees and looking how they produce leaves year in, year out, and how these leaves cause no harm, as opposed to a paper cut you could get from paper, I guess. Basically, what that poem was about people, and about how people are regularly pushed away from their natural state in order to be forced into different things. And actually, although these things seem more beneficial, there's no point having a wooden desk if you can't fucking breathe. You get what I'm saying? You need trees. You need the trees that grow up to be trees. A little bit intense of me there, but I hope that you can appreciate the frustration of seeing many people, of experiencing it myself, of having to do certain things which I don't necessarily consider to be particularly productive in my life. I could do a zesty testy. What have I written down? Oh damn, I don't have my book. Okay, let me get my phone. Because I write down some of my ideas on my phone also. Let me just get this up. Okay, what have we got? That's not funny. That's not very funny actually, really. Okay, well I quite like this one. You know, many men wish to be certain builds. You know, we wish to be strong, and muscular, but I would ideally be built like a tuna fish. Have you seen tuna fish in their natural and muscular state? They are like little myo torpedoes. Myo is the prefix to something in terms muscular. So you have myoglobin, it's something in the muscles. You have myocardium, which is the muscle which makes up the heart muscle. The muscle which makes up the heart. Cardia, you can understand that means in relation to the heart, and myo meaning muscle. God and Tesco. Blasphemy is a blast for me. I like things where you say the same word again and again and again. For example, there has been a surgeons. That's something I really like. Those kind of things. Some I wrote them myself. So sturgeon is a type of fish. So there's been a surgeons. Then there are many surgeons who are able to operate on a specific breed of fish. I should probably integrate some more deep cutting social satire into this podcast. I appreciate that. Yeah. A broken clock is right in the bin. That's the old play on broken clock is right twice a day. It's actually right in the bin. Banter due to our consumerist society. Oh, I tidied the fuck out of my room. God damn, it's so beautiful. I tidied my room so well. I moved all the crap that was in this cupboard. Do you know how much shit you fucking accumulate over like literally 5 years? Just pieces of plastic, just random pens that I decided to stow up there. Oh my fucking god! It's like the George Carlin. You know, people we buy houses so we can store our stuff, and then we leave our houses and go to work so that we can buy more stuff. It's like, fuck, the amount of shit you accumulate. Consumerism, I don't know capitalism because I don't know what the word means, but I definitely know consumerism just is so, I really don't like consumerism. Fucking annoys me. Well, the amount of stuff I buy, well I actually don't personally, but the amount of stuff that in the past I've just been given, stuff that has really no value, but it tends to just be to like fill this idea of I need to buy you a gift, let me give you this, and it's like, no. Maybe I'm sounding ungrateful, but I just prefer when I prefer to receive nothing than a piece of something that has to be bought for me because it's my birthday. You know, maybe I'm just ungrateful. I'm not sure. I think at the very least, I try and know how I feel about these things. And to know how you feel, you must experiment with. Oh, shut up. Okay. Anyway, everybody, I've got some work to do, so I'm gonna be heading off to the library. Thank you very much for listening, all three of you. I'm gonna get a little jangle for this soon. Don't you worry. I may be uploading little Instagram highlights as well. So it's all lovely for you to be here. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Love you all.